What's up, everybody? This is Dr. Nick with Leverage Media, and today I want to talk to you about the 5 things that you need to keep in mind with your chiropractic reviews that will allow you to dominate your map pack. So what I mean by map pack is when somebody does a search for chiropractor, city, state, or chiropractor near me, that map with the 3 organic listings is what I refer to as the map pack. So reviews are probably the thing that most chiropractors focus the most on when it comes to their Google business profile. It's also a really important signal when it comes to who's going to rank higher in that map pack. So it's not the end all be all. Like, people get mad sometimes. I'll be on a strategy session with them and they'll be like, well, I've got 200 reviews and this office with only 20 reviews keeps getting in front of me, and blah, blah, blah. So there's lots of different signals that matter when it comes to who's ranking, in that top 3. And that top 3 is really important because very few people are going to click on the more places and go try to find you, in the hundreds of other chiropractors that might be listed. So it's real important for you to show up in that top 3. And reviews are really important because it's the one objective thing that people have to judge one office over the other. So when you think about like the organic URLs or the Google ads at the top, everything's kind of the same. Like, there's not that much you can do to make them really stand out. But in the Google My Business list or Google Business Profile listings, the reviews are the one thing that people can kind of use to pick and choose who they're going to at least check out first. It may not be the deciding factor, but they may read the reviews, they may visit your website before they try someone else. So there are 5 things that really matter when it comes to Google's algorithm and your reviews. So total number obviously is important. If you've got 1,000 reviews and somebody else has 100 reviews, that's going to be a pretty strong signal to Google that you are more prominent and relevant than the person with 100. Average star rating, obviously, if you've got a 4.9 and somebody else has a 4.1, you're going to be more likely to rank ahead of them. Now, anybody that has under a 4.9, I am of the belief that I think 4.8 is kind of like a no man's land. 4.7 and below, it causes people to wonder what the bad reviews are like. When you have a 4.9 or a 5, they just assume all the reviews are good. 4.8, I don't think it's low enough to like really trigger that in somebody's mind, but 4.7 and below, you really start to, it's easy to go into someone's reviews and click lowest, and it'll give you all the 1-star or 2-star reviews. So you don't want to like encourage people to go check out your bad reviews. You want them to just kind of like click on the reviews and read all the nice things that people have to say about you. Also, the more reviews that you have, the less susceptible you are to a low review starting to pull down your average ranking. So total number, average star rating, those are obvious. I think that's what everybody kind of thinks in their mind is where this ends. There are 3 other factors that have become more and more important recently. So the third one is recency. So how new are the reviews? Like, if you have 1,000 reviews, but you haven't gotten a review in 2 years, that person with 100 reviews that might be getting a review every day and they're starting to kind of slowly chip away, that person is going to have a better recency profile, as well as the 4th factor, which is going to be velocity. So velocity is how often are you getting them. Recency is how new are the majority of, like, how many have you gotten in the last 30, 60, 90 days. So a lot of times when people get a big lead on somebody in their community, I'll see that they will kind of rest on their laurels and they'll just be like, well, like, I've got 200 and nobody else has 50, so I'm fine. Well, you want to continue because at some point somebody's going to figure it out and start, getting more reviews. But also you want to make sure that you've got that recency and that velocity in your reviews. And then 5th, and probably one of the things that allows you to show up for the keywords that you really care about and for the types of patients and the conditions that you want to help is going to be the quality of the reviews. So like, somebody who just leaves a 5-star review with no words, it's like, does that help you on all the other 4 factors? Yes, but it doesn't help you on the quality side of things. So let's take that 1,000 review person versus the 100 review person. If 1,000 of these reviews were all just 5-star with no words, and the 100 review person had 100 reviews that were, 3, 4, 5 paragraphs of people just like going on and on about how great the doctor was, that is going to be a factor in Google's mind. It'll also be a factor when people click on the reviews themselves. So that's going to be more of an interaction factor. So when somebody clicks on it, if they're spending more time reading through your reviews, Google knows all these signals, it knows what's going on. So the more likely they are to read those reviews, the more likely that Google is to show those reviews, which means you're going to show up in the map pack more. So don't think that just because you have the most or that you're always going to rank number 1, and don't think that if you're not at number 1 that you can't rank in that top 3. Reviews are not only a great way for people to like decide who they're going to choose to call first, but it also gives people kind of a window into what the practice is all about from a third party, not just yourself. So we hear in our practice way more often that people read our reviews than they tell us, oh, I read your website and it was so great. The reviews are what really make a difference in people's minds, but those 5 factors are going to make a difference in terms of like actually getting them in front of some eyeballs. So hopefully that helps. Keep getting reviews, be consistent with it, get quality reviews, and hopefully you'll rank number 1 for all the searches that you want. We'll see you on the next one.